Hey everyone! Merry Christmas! This month is all about Harry Potter, so I thought I'd take y'all with me to the Wizarding World Studios in London. I filmed a vlog, I'll show it at the end of the stream, but for now we'll just go through some of the book lore. I know everyone's read it or seen the movies, but it's good to kind of refresh on some of the themes, especially if you're a writer like me. Harry Potter is such a great starting point to get some inspiration. So these are some of the old books, and I got these in England. Of course, the covers vary depending where you're from. So I read these back when I was like 13 years old, and yeah, they were probably the first book series that I actually read out of my own accord. And like you guys, I became a complete nerd. I even started writing because of Harry Potter. Like, I was one of those that started making fan fiction and passing it to my friends, and that's when I got the idea that I really like writing. And here we are 20 years later, and I'm actually writing my own book series. A lot of it is inspired by Harry Potter. And if you've seen some of my older streams, you'll know that I kind of compare like writing plot themes and elements between series, and I actually pulled a lot of themes that J.K. Rowling took from J.R.R. Tolkien and the Lord of the Rings world. So that was kind of interesting, and it broke the writer's block for me, because seeing how one writer will take, copyright kind of inspiration from another writer made me realize that I could do the same, and you can do it too. So don't feel like you can't compare yourself to these writers, because a lot of them are just, recycling themes. And yeah, we'll see in the presentation what that kind of looks like. But yeah, do you guys rewatch all the movies every year? At least every Christmas or anything? I wanted to go live because I'm actually going on vacation quite soon. So I thought, rather do a little vlogmas now before, the end of the month. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and say hi to chat. Hi, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me live. I see Spirit. Who else is here? So the Harry Potter cast, everyone knows super well, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail here. I'll let it play in the background and just kind of what sort of spawns from these images I'll share, talk about. But yeah, they're making obviously a remake. They're doing a whole redo cast for the TV show. But Gryffindor is kind of obviously the most popular common room or house at Hogwarts. What house are you in, or what's your favorite house? So I'm actually dressed up in Slytherin. Oh my god, look at this. Because I've got the green screen on, the green from the Slytherin scarf just completely disappears. I'm actually really digging this over here. Hi. I've got someone else in the chat, Pinky Brains, and Patrick. Hello, how are you doing today? Okay, so what's your house? Gryffindor are known to be loyal, smart, protective leaders. That's why they have the lion. Ravenclaw, mysterious. I mean, Luna Lovegood's a proper Ravenclaw. Slytherin is meant to be the posh kids, and then Hufflepuff's kind of like the nerds. Although I do wonder why Cedric is a Hufflepuff. I didn't actually clock that while watching the series. Yeah, like in my mind, I thought Cedric this entire time was a Gryffindor, so I didn't know that. Okay, Hufflepuff. It does not have, like, the coolest name. I feel like it's quite a dorky name. So is Ravenclaw, if you think about it. I mean, really, realistically, the only cool houses are Gryffindor and Slytherin, because they have the coolest names. Let's just be real. But you can take the test on the Harry Potter website. There's like the official Pottermore one, or there's a ton of unaffiliated ones, obviously. I haven't included a section, but actually Hogwarts Legacy is out, obviously the video game. I've not got it yet, but have you guys played it? If so, did you like it? I might pull up like a video afterwards of the game. Okay, so one of the writing elements that J.K. Rowling got into is these groups of items that are important plot elements. So one of the plot elements she has is these Hogwarts relics. So some lore about Hogwarts, which you probably already know. But there's 4 houses, so there's 4 leaders of each house, like back in the old days. And each of them had an item, like Gryffindor's sword. I want to say Ravenclaw's diadem. Or is it... What? Okay, I'm blanking because I forget whose is who. But somebody has a locket and somebody has a cup. And these are like passed down, hand-me-down relics of the Hogwarts houses. So if you wanted to make this into your own story, think about how you could replicate that. Another awesome theme that she brought is the Horcruxes. And obviously this is quite a... like very original idea from her. I've not seen it in other, like the only thing I could compare this to is obviously the Lord of the Rings Rings of Power. You know, the one ring that to rule them all is kind of like a Horcrux, because when Frodo carries the ring, he, you know, becomes evil himself, and that's kind of like what J.K. Rowling took the inspiration off of, like a corrupting item that if you carry it makes you evil or, you know, horrific. And I think this is true about all of the Horcruxes. So whoever carries Tom Riddle's diary will be led into possession, just like what actually happened in this series. Marvel's ring, Slytherin's locket. Oh, so that's the Hogwarts relic, is Slytherin's locket. Hufflepuff cup. Okay, we got it here. Ravenclaw's diadem. Sorry, this is like also a lot of plot spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, probably finish it and then come back. Okay, so obviously Nagini the snake, which is a snake from Voldemort. Voldemort's snake is a Horcrux. Harry Potter himself is also a Horcrux, and that is the major ending, that like whoa moment of like, oh my god, all this time through 7 books you then find out that Harry is actually a Horcrux. And if you go back and like relook at the first movies, you're kind of like, oh, that's why Harry's family was so awful, is because Harry is a Horcrux, and Horcruxes, just like the One Ring in Lord of the Rings, make you go insane and corrupted. So you have to wonder if Harry's family was corrupted because Harry was a Horcrux this whole time. That's kind of one of the loopholes that she wrote in, which is quite clever. Sorry, do I watch Stranger Things? No, I never got into it. I actually couldn't get into it at all. Do you recommend it? I'll try it again if I need to. Spirit says that Hufflepuff's not dorky, and that the houses are actually the 4 elements and the cardinal directions, which interesting. So again, something that is replicable. Okay, the Deathly Hallows is kind of her final reveal of plot elements. Again, these are packaged. You've got the Hogwarts relics, you've got the Horcruxes, and now you have the Deathly Hallows. With those 3 groups of, you know, original themes that she wrote, she carries the entire 7 books. So if you wanted to replicate it, that's all you gotta do, is think of something similar to the Hogwarts relics, think of something similar to the Horcruxes, which is 7, I believe 7 Horcruxes. So 4 relics, 7 Horcruxes, and 3 Deathly Hallows. If you can imitate this and put your original spin on it, you've got yourself a fantasy series. That's all I forgot to say. Okay, so the Deathly Hallows is quite interesting because she uses some cryptography here. She is using a pictogram with a sigil. This is a sigil, right? This is the wand. So the Deathly Hallows constitutes the Elder Wand, the Invisibility Cloak, and the Resurrection Stone. And so you have that here, right? This is the Elder Wand. The Elder Wand. God, I forget. I think the stone is the circle and the triangle is the cloak. But I might be wrong. It might be the other way around. But anyway, the theme ending is that Harry gets the 3 deathly... He collects them all. He collects the 3 Deathly Hallows. And what makes Harry so special is that instead of making him, you know, a corrupt, evil overlord wizard with the most powerful wand, the most powerful cloak, which makes you invisible, and the Resurrection Stone, which brings people back from the dead, theoretically, having all 3, he could be the most powerful wizard of all time. But at the very end of the series, he breaks the Elder Wand, he tosses the invisibility cloak, and I forget exactly what happens with the stone. Remind me if you know. And he basically just, you know, is like, I don't need this. So that is ultimately what makes him such a hero. And yeah, I think it's a really interesting, obviously, rip off Frodo in a way. But yeah. Sigil, short eye. I'd probably like Stranger Things. It's got Operation Stargate. Yeah, no, but I don't know. It's because, again, I think with Harry Potter, because I was a kid and, like, I grew up with the kid movies, I think it was, like, easier to segue into, but, like, Stranger Things, being an adult and watching kind of, like, a kids-themed, I don't know, it's a bit more difficult to get into. So I guess I am glad they're remaking Harry Potter because it's nice to grow up with for every generation. Okay, we're back with love triangles. Every single novel that I've streamed recently has had a love triangle. We had it in Mortal Instruments, and there was one before that. I'm blanking. But anyway, this is something that bypassed me the first time I saw or I read the books or saw this, because again, I was 13 years old reading this, and then seeing the movies, I completely, like, didn't catch this very well. But anyway, there's this whole, like, other generation that plays out with Harry Potter books, and so it's not only Harry, Hermione, and Ron, right? You're also getting to see their parents, and kind of like the Hogwarts before era, and that storyline plays out quite slowly through the entire 7 books. But the gist, if you want the shortcut, is basically this is Lily Potter and James Potter, and they're Harry's parents, but he was a jock and she was a nerd. So technically they're not, like, the best match, because he was actually quite a bully in the early eras. So Professor Snape was actually young at first, and he was young and in love, and he was in love with Lily Potter, which is Harry's mom. So this is why there's, like, this whole idea that Snape is mean or rude or bullies Harry is because he was bullied by Harry's dad. So he's got this, like, grudge going on the entire series. So that kind of explains why Snape is always on a bender to be upset at Harry. Because without context, it kind of makes no sense. It just seems like he's abnormally mean. Do I like horror movies? Yes, sort of. Do you? I like some if they're, like, more fantasy or if they're philosophical, they make you think. What's really beautiful about this is that she kind of plays with the idea of soulmates through magic. So, again, this is something that I picked up way later. But basically, Snape and Lily Potter, so Harry's mom, have the exact same Patronus. So that's a deer. And that's what makes them soulmates. So you gotta wonder if she's built this whole cosmogony of souls in the magic world where they're split in halves, like soulmates, and they find each other through the same Patronus. I don't know if that's like the overarching theme that she wanted to create, but I don't exactly know, because it kind of feels like this is really specific and special to Snape and Lily Potter. Like, I feel like if she wanted to explore this more, you would have seen like Harry and Ginny's Patronus be similar, or Ron and Hermione's Patronus, or maybe it's her way of saying that they don't end up with the right partners. Because I know a lot of people were upset with the actual, pairings that ended up happening. Like, a lot of people wanted Harry and Hermione to get together, or Hermione and Draco. It was kind of like every man for themselves here. Okay, let's go through the first movie. So the first movie, the themes you're getting is he has a lightning bolt scar because, wait, I have to explain this really quick. Obviously, if you've not seen it. When Harry, when Harry was born, basically, Voldemort had this reign of terror where he was going down, like, basically, almost, this is really dark and heavy. I can't believe this is a kid's book. He was just trying to wipe everyone out in the magic world. I don't know. People who were going against him, basically. And because Harry's mother was protecting Harry, she unfortunately passed, but she protected him, and her love, saved his life. And so he has the scar. So the scar and the parcel tongue at the very beginning, which he's talking to the snake, is what makes Harry set apart immediately. He's not like the rest of the wizards. He's very special. And then you get Diagon Alley and Gringotts almost right away. So you're really expanding the world build. The Hogwarts castle, you get the moving pictures, you get the friendly ghosts. I mean, what I'm trying to say here is that every single book gives or brings you something new. It's like a new invention. So if you want to if you want to build a story, what you got to do is bring in something new every few chapters, okay? And that continuing onward. So this is how she continues to inspire, is by a new exciting thing. So this is what I'm listing out. You've already seen a few things. So now you're introduced to the Hogwarts houses, which is incredibly exciting. The Sorting Hat. And these are all props that ended up selling really well for her universe too. The common rooms that ended up in Hogwarts Legacy. This is another whoa, look, my scarf again. So funny. Okay, Quidditch. She invented a whole new sport with interesting technology, like she called it Nimbus 3000. The invisibility cloak she introduces very early on, but we don't know it's Deathly Hallows until way later. So that's kind of an Easter egg or foreshadowing that she does. And the Mirror of Desire, it's interesting because she called it, so she's using a bit of word play. So the mirror that shows Harry's family to him is called the Mirror of Erised, but it's just desire spelled backwards. So Desire Erised. So do you see how she's cleverly using, almost like this is just like basic cryptography and in her, story building. Okay, wizard's chess, things like that. That is just very exciting scenes. Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone, another plot element. Okay, Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets. And wow, they were so young in these movies. Floo powder! This is so awesome. I've never seen it done before. You go into somewhere and then you just throw Floo powder and it transports you. And then another thing that she introduces, again, new, exciting, right? Polyjuice Potion, which is identity cloning. So the three of them take them to look like their classmates. All you need is like a hair a strand of hair or some part of somebody else, and you can convert into it. I wonder where she got that idea from. And then the diary. So she introduces the first Horcrux, which is Tom Riddle's diary. And Tom Riddle, as we know, is another cryptography riddle because she's using an anagram of Lord Voldemort. So Tom Riddle is actually just an anagram of Lord Voldemort. Right? Is it Tom Riddle? Or it's just Voldemort? Wait, there's no V. Where am I remembering that right? There's definitely one of them. She uses an anagram. Or is it I am Lord Voldemort? I have to Google this. Give me a second. Right, okay. He has a middle name, so it's Tom Marvolo Riddle. If you decode that as an anagram, Tom Marvolo Riddle becomes I am Lord Voldemort. So that's quite clever. So it's Lord Voldemort when he's young in Hogwarts because he has a anti-hero arc. Obviously, he starts off good. Kind of like Satan, obviously, was an angel, archangel in heaven, has a fall, becomes the worst evil person. Or like Anakin in Star Wars, starts off good as a Jedi, then becomes, you know, Darth Vader. So this is a hero's journey story arc template that all these authors use. But basically, yeah, it's the same thing. Tom Riddle is a good student at Hogwarts, and eventually he becomes corrupted. And lo and behold, he starts figuring out how to make Horcruxes, which basically, Horcruxes divide your soul into however many parts, and they keep them, it keeps part of your soul in that object. So it's a means of establishing immortality, but at the same time, the more Horcruxes you make, obviously, the less powerful your soul. And ultimately, that is how they are able to win against Voldemort, is by, you know, destroying all of his Horcruxes. Okay. Basilisk, she's drawing off like old mythology here. Parseltongue again, and Fox the Phoenix. She's bringing back the Godric's Gryffindor the sword. She's making use of it. Yeah. Okay, Harry Potter 3 was my least favorite, personally. I think that's a kind of a global feeling. A lot of us were kind of just scared by this movie. But some awesome new stuff that she's introducing. Time Turner, which turns back time. Patronus Charm is kind of the first movie where they're really learning how to use them. Hogsmeade Village is the first time they kind of really go out on the grounds of Hogwarts and they drink butterbeer and, you know... Then, you know, Azkaban Prison, which is terrifying. And the Dementors, which she took off Tolkien's ring wraiths and Nazguls and the undead. But Marauders Map and the Animagus Charm, where, you know, you're able to transform into a wolf, into a rat, whatever. And then Sirius Black is a major plot character. You know, he's Harry Potter's legal guardian. At first, everyone thinks he's evil. And that introduces the Marauders. So, okay, so the Marauders were, you know, Marauders Map. they handed down this map because they all used to go to Hogwarts. There's Harry's father is James Potter. James Potter, Sirius Black, Lupin, and... he's the one that everyone hates, and I forget his name. Padfoot? He's the one that ends up being Ron's rat the entire series. Like, Ron literally has this rat that he carries around that ends up being him. Okay, anyway. So, like, Sirius is like Harry Potter's dad's best friend, so he becomes his legal guardian when Harry's dad passes, and you kind of get all this lore. I don't know. I thought it was quite interesting, but they're not all very likable characters. Like, for example, Sirius Black isn't that likable. Sorry, I know a lot of people were upset when he passed, but okay, Goblet of Fire is the best movie, hands down. It's exciting. It's got action. It's got dragons. It's got romance. It's got other houses competing in the Triwizard Tournament. It's got Cedric Diggory. Port keys are an interesting new item that she brings. They're kind of like a portal. So it's an object that becomes a portal. She introduces the Dark Mark, and really, the Death Eaters really start to become more acquainted. And then Regeneration Potion, which brings back, the small part of Voldemort's body that was kept alive, and finally Voldemort is back. Order of the Phoenix is quite darker, but it still has some fun elements like the Ministry of Magic scene. So there's a hostile takeover. Everyone hates Umbridge. She's like creating all these laws. It's very like reminiscent of what's really happening in the world. True. But this is the scene I love, Hall of Prophecies. This is kind of like the Akashic Records, where every prophecy or every piece of information is stored. And then the Half-Blood Prince. Half-Blood Prince. You're really getting to know like the Pensieve, and when your thoughts are put down. So they discover the Half-Blood Prince's book, which lo and behold ends up being Professor Snape's potion book. And they learn this new spell. But the Pensieve and the trips that they take to kind of discover Lord Voldemort's past and kind of gain pieces of history is quite interesting. And then the Vanishing Cabinets. Okay, so now Draco is becoming kind of a main character. He's becoming evil. He's putting these like kind of. So Draco is. I don't know why because Draco's family is the Death Eaters. They kind of have this initiation thing going on. So part of the initiation they want as Draco grows older to become a Death Eater is he has to kill someone. And who they have chosen for him is Dumbledore. But because obviously Draco's a kid. Draco's mom does a vow with Snape. It's an unbreakable vow. And this means that Snape has to finish what Draco started. And this is why, at the end of the story, Snape is the one that kills Dumbledore. It's not because Snape's a bad guy. It's more like he's just caught in between sides because he's an anti-hero. This is like the very abridged version of Harry Potter. There's so much that was left out of the movies, obviously. The Deathly Hallows came in 2-part movies, so I'm kind of just going through them as one book, though. Okay, so now the Ministry of Magic has actually fallen. Like, they start to hear about the Deathly Hallows, so they hear that Voldemort's trying to get the Elder Wand, so they want to race to get it before him. They want to race to get the Resurrection Stone. It ends up being in one of their artifacts anyway. But yeah, they're basically just on a hunt to destroy the final Horcruxes. And that's it. Now, I want to go and show my presentation now. So I was at the Harry Potter Wizarding World. And yeah, so the film set is in London. It's kind of like, I want to say 30 minutes outside of London, but the trip is quite easy to make. You kind of just book tickets and then you get to like that area, and then there's a shuttle bus that takes you right to the entrances. It's about like, I want to say it was, oh my god, is it like, oh my, I don't remember. It might be about 30 to 50 quid to enter, and then it's about 2 to 4 hours that you can spend in there. yeah. My favorite superhero is Superman, but the movies from is it the 80s? I forgot. I think it's the 80s. With Christopher Reeve. Those are my favorite. Superman, and he's my favorite superhero. Okay, Harry Potter is... Here we go. I'm gonna log off and then I will come back if I have any notes, but I think I'll just let it play. So thanks so much for joining me today. It's about 15 minutes, so sorry if it's a bit too long, but I figured just have it all in one video. And yeah, cheers. Here we go. I'm gonna turn off the music first, and then we will go from there. All right. World Studios. I've been wanting to come here for a long time, so I'm excited to take you with me. There's only a 10 o'clock entry, so.
And this fabulous set as well, besides the photo backdrop. Now speaking of photos, now is your chance. Please do take as many as you would like. Now as you make your way on into the Great Hall, do take a look up above your heads. You will not fail to notice over 400 enchanted candles floating above you, rigged in a very similar manner to how it was done in early production filming. Now I say early production, as this technique was originally achieved by hanging of real candles that had a fuel reservoir and a wick.
Times 1 is way better than 0.5.
But I use 0.5 to film you.
No, me too. I use 0.5 to get a better view of everything.
During our Tri-Wizard tournament, Making of Champions feature.
That's when he goes like that and they all move.
Once again, please stand aside as we welcome our exciting arrivals.
Look how tiny this place looks. It looks massive in the movies. Oh my god. There's just self-cleaning plates. Wave your wand. What does that mean? Oh my god. Okay. This is iconic. So, I thought this was awesome. I was like so shocked that to be in the room that they filmed this. It's actually not like that, like, I don't know, when you see it in the movie you think like the room's like insane, like it's a warehouse, but it's really like, I don't know, like look at that. This is probably the best part. It's they kind of have like a lot going on at one go. Like they kind of like, yeah, like you can see like there's bits of Hogwarts and there's bits of Ministry of Magic all in one area. But yeah, it was definitely cool. Perspective, yeah. yeah, like I just can't believe how close knit everything is. But obviously, because it has to be filmed, you know, there's a large crew of people that have to go to this one place where they're filming for like years, 7 to 10 years filming. So yeah, a lot of it was, you know, packed. Welcome to the Forbidden Forest. This is probably the best part of the tour so far, honestly. But wow, look at the mist. This is actually so epic. Oh wow, this is what it's all about. That's so cool. Oh gosh. There is obviously the most epic part of this is probably seeing the Hogwarts Express up close. We're just waiting to take a photo. But over there, there's all the other like platform 9 3/4. Yeah. Okay. Guys, this is probably the most iconic scene of the film, is getting to up and close with the Hogwarts train express. And the steam coming out in real life is so cool. Let's board it. Not that many people. Let's go on this one.
What, you're gonna do it?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm still recording.
Okay. Oh.
You can take a screenshot.
I don't know. I'm so confused. Okay. Guys, I'm late. Gotta take the train to Hogwarts.
I would laugh if they came off the wall.
So wait, I'm running up.
Try After Effects it.
I guess. They're locked. Well, you know, like how they can like extort space, like the bus or the tent, they can make it bigger. So maybe that's how they did the train. What are those? Oh, there's like gummy worms. Yeah, it's just like a normal train. Actually, it reminds me of the train they filmed the Beatles movie. Oh, that's what you were saying. What movie would Help?
Ruined it.
I think it was Help.
No, it's Hard Day's Night.
A Hard Day's Night, yeah. Black and white. And it's over. Oh my gosh. Is this halfway yet? Did we already get halfway? Oh, I think... No, I think so, because that's the cafe.
What is that? It's not Harry's house. Never escape the Piccadilly piano players.
That's the bus I was talking about. Well, okay, this is obviously the exterior to the Dudley's house and Privet Drive. Oh god, that actually scared me.
Now!
Oh wow, they've actually got the scene.
Oh, amazing! We are, yes, thank you. Thanks a lot.
And this is the magic bus. I don't know if they let us on. Let's try. No, you can't. Can you? Oh, you can actually kind of go on. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, that's the bridge. That scene where like how they exit Hogwarts is in a movie magic again with the floors like disheveled. So they made it purposely seem like you're on an actual wicked old bridge that's falling apart, but in reality, it's just built that way to look Like it's almost gonna fall. Why can't I think of it? It's definitely not potions. It's been a while since I read the books. Okay, it's like the greenhouse with the mandrakes in it, so prepare your ears. I think you can pull them out on your own though.
Sounded like looking at your kerchief.
Oh my gosh. But can you actually move them?
No, ma'am. It's just
I think you're allowed to with these.
doesn't do that. Right, on we go.
Oh my god, that's so real. Okay. Wow, that's such a weird experience. That's so cool. Very awesome. Once in a lifetime experience. Hey y'all, I'm Ron here, and I'm check out my cribs. In England, they drive on the right side, obviously. As an American, that's quite confusing, but even more so as a Muggle, because it's a flying car.
Oh, I thought it was going to be different.
And green dots. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, I'm actually so impressed right now. Okay. It's gorgeous. I mean, seriously, could not get more stunning. All right, this is one of the third or fourth major wow moments when we've been here. Like, we didn't expect it. Again, we were just walking through museum on special effects. And then you're like, whoa, you're actually in Gringotts, and it's massive. The ceilings are so high, the chandeliers are perfect, the bank tellers, it's really cool. One of the first free photo ops that you get is this. I don't know, does it look like I'm doing anything? No? It's not convincing at all? Okay, well, here you go. At least it's free. There's some paid ones, so. Thank you. Okay, we did not expect this at all whatsoever. So this is a shock, and it looks even more awesome to see it all destroyed. I think that the dragon does come out if we wait. Or is there like a wizarding wand wave move? Oh, there it is. Okay, this is kind of the best time to go then. Come in September because there's rarely anyone here actually. Like, we watched that dragon experience all on our own, and now there's literally almost nobody here. All the little small details on the windows, the ice cream. Oh, Flourish and Blocks, that's where they get their books. And the wand shop, where is it? Where's the wand shop? Oh, Ollivander's, we just passed it. It's over there.
What?
Ollivander's wand shop. This is the most famous one, but there's just like nothing to see here. Just the wands. This is Ron Weasley's, oh sorry, brothers, yeah. Candy shop. Oh, that's a bummer they don't let you in. B-roll. Okay, so they saved the best for last because come on. was expecting a miniature version of it, maybe something like that. That's what I was expecting, just to see that. But wow, was I like shocked and surprised to see at this scale in person. This probably has some information if they actually filmed this.
So awkward.
Alright y'all, that was the end of the tour. We were here about 2 hours. Some sources online say that you can spend up to 3 or 4. But honestly, I think we came at the right time because there was hardly anyone there. Although at the beginning you kind of are in a crowd. Towards the middle, you can explore on your own, and that's when we really like were going in places and we didn't see that many people, which was nice. So this was a perfect time to go. You can knock it out in 2 hours, and yeah, I had fun. I honestly, there was so many moments where I was shocked, and like you see it on the camera or on YouTube all the time, but until you're here in person and you realize like the shock of this is where they filmed it, this is the actual sets and the props that they used. As a Harry Potter fan, it really is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I'd say I came out of this like glad that I came here. And thank you all for joining with us, and Merry Christmas, because it's going to be a Christmas stream. We all know December is the Harry Potter month anyway, so. All right, hi y'all. Okay, thank you so much for hanging out. That was so fun. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so, oh my gosh, I would go again. I think next time, maybe next year, I'll go and do like a vlog for the exterior sites where they filmed, like the outside castle shots. There's a bunch of places in London, all around, I think England and Scotland too, maybe even Ireland. So yeah, I have that in the works. And then yeah, next month I am kind of debuting my own novel and I am really excited to share with you the progress there and the journey. So yeah, thank you for this stream. I literally go on vacation tomorrow, so it's nice that I got it in beforehand. And yeah, Harry Potter has a month. It is totally December because like everyone associates Harry Potter with the Christmas Yule Ball and you know, just the snow falling and being cozy and things like that. So yeah, yay, glad you had fun watching. I do see your comments there. And then who are my celebrity crushes? My gosh, I think in Harry Potter, it was definitely Cedric, because he ends up being, obviously played by Robert Pattinson, who ends up being the lead Edward in Twilight. So I'd have to say him. And I don't know, maybe I'll do a stream in the future, like celebrity crushes. That's such a good question. Thank you. Who's yours? Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna do, is log off, because it is now 2 a.m. and yeah, it's a bit quite late. So if you haven't already, do, you know, watch or read the books. I think you'll be really inspired if you're a writer or not. And then have a amazing Christmas, y'all. I probably won't see you until then. I might do like a little vlogmas vlog, I don't know. We'll see. It won't be like high production. It'll just be chill. Okay. Have a good night, y'all, and Merry Christmas. Cheers. Bye. Get yourself a wand too. Wait, let me crank this song. Heck yeah. I'm gonna first hire the robe. Oh, where was that? I lost the, oh yeah, the scarf. Here. I feel like it's like the invisibility cloak. Okay, bye. Merry